Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated releases, with leaks hinting at everything from upgraded cameras to new design tweaks. But is this next Ultra truly groundbreaking, or just another incremental upgrade? We'll cover everything you need to know, from display and performance upgrades to the latest on pricing, colors, and more. Whether you're ready to upgrade or just curious, if you're as hyped as I am, hit that subscribe button and stay updated. Let's jump right into the Galaxy S25 Ultra leaks. Let's start with the big picture. I believe Samsung is in a bit of a unique position right now. They're still a heavyweight in the smartphone world, no doubt, but competition has gotten fierce. With companies like Google's Pixel line catching up fast and other brands, I'm looking at you, Huawei and Honor, really stepping up their game. Samsung's going to need to make some bold moves with the S25 series to stay on top. Some say Samsung has been playing it too safe, sticking to familiar designs and tech, but I believe they're fully aware that this year's release can't just be another minor upgrade. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has to stand out, but will it? That's exactly what we're here to find out, starting with the design leaks. Let's talk about the design, because I believe this is where the Galaxy S25 Ultra could either wow us or leave us wanting more. So, word on the street is Samsung brought in a former Mercedes-Benz designer to give the Galaxy S25 Ultra a fresh look. Sounds promising, right? But here's the catch. The leak suggests we might not be seeing much of a redesign at all. Rumor has it the Ultra model is going for a square body shape, similar to Samsung's other models and even some Apple designs. It looks sleek, don't get me wrong, but if you were hoping for a total makeover, I believe you might be a little let down. The Ultra's camera module might be a touch smaller compared to last year, which could make for a cleaner look, but nothing groundbreaking. And let's talk about that S Pen. Apparently Samsung's shifting its spot from left to right. A small change, but who knows, maybe it'll feel more natural in the hand. I believe it's these subtle shifts Samsung is betting on to keep the Ultra design appealing, without drastically changing what works. Alright, now onto the juicy part. The cameras. Samsung's Ultra line has been famous for its impressive cameras, and I believe the S25 Ultra is going to keep that legacy alive, even if it's not pushing the boundaries as much as some of us would like. So here's what the leaks say. The main camera will likely stay at 200 megapixels. That's a beastly sensor, but it's the same one we saw on the S24 Ultra. Samsung might also be adding a 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, which is a nice upgrade. For anyone who loves those ultra-wide shots, I believe this could be a welcome addition. But then there's the 3x telephoto lens, which is rumored to stay at 10 megapixels. No change there. On top of that, Samsung might bring in an updated JN1 sensor, which should help with those low-light photos. And for the zoom enthusiasts, there's talk of a new ISO cell sensor in that 3x telephoto, so we might see improvements in clarity and detail. So is this enough to make the S25 Ultra camera setup stand out? I believe it still could make a splash, especially with Samsung's image processing and AI enhancements. However, some might feel like they're waiting for that wow factor. If you're an S24 Ultra user, it might not feel like a big leap forward. Alright, moving on to the display. This one's a bit of a letdown for those of us who love the latest tech. I believe that Samsung is sticking with the same M13 display tech from last year's S24 Ultra for the S25 Ultra. Now, this display is top-notch with vibrant colors and great brightness, but it's not Samsung's latest. What's interesting here is that Samsung's competitors like Apple and Google are actually using Samsung's newer M14 display tech. This M14 display is about 20 to 30% brighter and more efficient, which means you get better visuals and save battery life at the same time. So if you're picking up an S25 Ultra, you might feel like Samsung's holding out on its best display tech for now. I believe this could be a point of frustration for some Samsung fans. Overall, the M13 display is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but if you're someone who always wants the absolute cutting edge, this choice might feel like Samsung is playing it safe instead of setting the bar higher. Let's get into the performance side. The Galaxy S25 is expected to be powered by Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 8 Elite chip. That's the rebranded Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. I believe this chip could bring some serious power to the S25 Ultra, especially with a focus on AI processing. Now, the tricky part here is that Samsung might not go all in on Qualcomm for every region. There's a rumor that they'll use Exynos 2500 in some markets outside the US, possibly even a MediaTek chip in certain regions. I believe this could be a hit or miss, depending on which version of the S25 Ultra you end up with. A lot of people feel like Exynos chips don't quite match up to Snapdragon, so this could be a bit of a disappointment for fans outside the US. If Samsung does go with the MediaTek Dimensity 9400 though, it could be a solid alternative. The performance could be close enough to the Snapdragon 8 Elite, but I believe there's still that feeling among buyers that Qualcomm is the top choice. We'll have to see if Samsung sticks with one chip across the board, but I think this will be a big factor for people deciding whether to upgrade this year. Battery life is another big one for anyone looking to upgrade. The S25 Ultra is rumored to keep the same 5,000 mAh battery as its predecessor. It's a solid battery size, but some of Samsung's competitors like Oppo are packing nearly 6,000 mAh into their latest phones. I believe that if you're hoping for longer battery life, Samsung might not meet that expectation with this one. However, with the Snapdragon 8 Elite and better power efficiency, the S25 Ultra could still deliver great battery performance. But overall, I think the lack of a battery size increase might disappoint some power users. I believe most people will be curious about the price tag and what Samsung will offer storage-wise. Based on what we know, the Galaxy S25 Ultra will start at around $1,299, with storage options from 128 gigs to 1 terabyte. If the leaks hold up, the Ultra will also come with 12 gigs of RAM for the base model and 16 gigs in the higher-end model, which is more than enough to handle anything you throw at it, including demanding AI tasks. Samsung doesn't seem to be planning a price increase, which is a relief, especially in today's market. If you're looking to save a bit, you can also check out the Galaxy S25 and S25 Plus models, which are likely to have lower price points but still pack a punch. Samsung has a pretty interesting color palette lined up for the S25 Ultra this time around. We're hearing that the Ultra might come in some sleek titanium-themed colors, including titanium black, blue, gray, and silver. They're also planning some online exclusive colors like titanium pink gold. The S25 and S25 Plus are rumored to come in more playful colors like midnight blue, sparkling green, and even a coral red that could be a real eye-catcher. If you're the type who likes having a unique look for your phone, Samsung's color selection might just make the S25 lineup worth the upgrade. So that's everything we know so far about the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I believe Samsung's sticking to what's worked in the past, which could be both good and bad. While they're making subtle upgrades across the board, there's not a huge leap in design or performance compared to the S24 Ultra. It'll be interesting to see if Samsung has any surprises for us at Galaxy Unpacked. But if these leaks are accurate, some people might feel like Samsung's lagging a bit behind the competition. So what do you think? Are you planning to upgrade, or are you sticking with your current phone? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for all the latest tech news. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.